That's probably going to be way too much. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is your first time seeing my channel. This is my 96 Ranger. We've been doing a ton of stuff on this thing, including last time, welding in a roll pan. This is kind of my old school mini truck build where we've done a bunch of stuff on it. We fabbed up some underbed mini notches, put all new suspension on this thing, went through, cleaned, painted, and really have been focusing on the back for now. And today that's not going to change. I want to dive in and do something about this tailgate back here. Now I'm going to start this one off by using the old quote that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I got to give full credit to this idea for Rick's Rangers. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to Rick's website down in the description. So if this kind of stuff is anything you're interested in, or any of the parts for your Rangers, you'll see more of his stuff coming up soon on this truck. Any of this is going to be available from his website. Just go check that out, see all he's got. He's got a ton of stuff and a ton of one-off stuff that he makes for the Rangers specifically. So, like I said, good dude, go check him out. He made a post a few weeks ago on one of the Ranger groups on Facebook with an idea he's been working on and, working the bugs out and all that. And, me being a handy guy, I thought I'd give it a crack. Now, I definitely don't have all the nice tooling and everything that Rick does. And, I'm not trying to steal any business from him. So he's working on prototypes for these right now. But like I said, I figured I'd give these things a crack and, see what I could come up with. So anyway, I'm going to start with the tailgate handle just because, it's the easiest to get to, it's the easiest to take apart, and probably going to be the easiest to fabricate. And since I'm on the back anyway, why not? And you can see I got the tailgate handle here. I already actually got it all blown apart and ready to go, so I can start taking some measurements, doing some templates, and getting some of this cut out of metal. Now I'm going to try and zip through some of this early fabrication work by doing a little time lapse here. Basically, I'm just using some tape and making some templates over these arms because they're a funky shape, and I want to be able to trace out a pattern to then transfer to some metal. So I went ahead and did both sides, and they are symmetrical, so I ended up just kind of using the nicest one that I made out of the two. And I go ahead and get that transferred to some metal, get it cut out, get it cleaned up. So then the next step is going to be the handle itself. Now I need to make that out of some steel, and I'm going to try something a little funky here. I don't know if any of this is going to work or if I'm going to be able to make it work, but I'd like to think I could. Alright, well, got the handle cut out, and I got a few marks on here. I'm going to try and throw this thing in the vise and break this thing out. I'm going to put my marks on here where I want that brake line to be, and we'll just go line it up. Alright, let's see. Of course, I'm just going to eyeball everything. Get it close, it's kind of how we do things. Use the old persuader here. Just work it back and forth. Might be a hair too much, but if anything, I want to go a hair past and come a hair back so I get a little bit crisper line doing it this way. That's probably going to be way too much, so we'll bring it back a little bit. Meh. Oh, let's see what we're working with. There we go. Nice little line in that. Take it over to the truck, see what it looks like. Alright, remind me not to actually latch this because I don't have a handle in it. That is dang near spot on. I am liking that. You can see what I'm going for here, and this is the point of those handles that Rick is making, is that instead of shaving it, I'm not a big fan of shaving the handles. I like just the mechanical reliability versus having to have poppers and all that kind of stuff. I'm old. I like things to just work, you know. I don't have time to screw around with electrical gremlins and failing parts. So anyway, the whole point of this is that it gets rid of that big, bulky handle and just makes for a nice, clean, smooth line. And you can see here why I carried that body line over, so it just fits to that. I'm okay with that. So a little bit of cleanup here, a little bit of cleanup on those other parts. We may be ready to start tacking stuff together. I'm gonna have to find something to use for the pivots for it, but hey, you know, whatever. All right, well, so far we got kind of the arms cut out. That's those funky pieces right here. We got the handle cut out, which is gonna replace that guy right there. You can kind of see, you're starting to get an idea what I'm going for here. Next up is going to be fitting these guys to here. Now I may need to tweak this angle a little bit. I probably should have left some more meat on the bone. Yeah, well, basically what I need to do is I need to get some holes drilled in these so these pivots can fit in here, and you can see how they work, just like that. Well, anyway, throwing stuff, Moses. Anyway, so I need to replicate these holes right here onto these arms. And luckily, since I made a pattern, these should fit pretty close. I'm gonna get these things on the drill press. I might get a couple holes punched in these, and yeah, we'll see how far we can get here. Anyway, there's two sizes. From the factory, these used a little pressed-in stud, and the size on the arm was quite a bit smaller. Now I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to use just some hardware, you know, machine screws or something, and go that route. So I don't know if I want to. I'm thinking I'm probably going to need to use the smaller size. What size is that? Got my huge drill bit selection here. One of these days I should probably buy some more. Really what I probably should be doing here is welding these two together, and that way I can drill one hole and I know that they're both spot on to each other. But to be honest with you, I just can't be bothered to put that much effort in. So I think we're just gonna eyeball it right about there. I guess we'll see how good the old eyeballs are working. So, woo! That's why I need a drill press clamp. There we go. One down, one more to go. Alright, well, I found some hardware that does not fit even remotely close. And really, I probably just need to make a run to the actual hardware store. But you kind of get the idea. Once I kind of settle this all in here, that's pretty close. I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Obviously, I got it just kind of tacked on there. But you can see it lines up real nice. I got that body line working for me. It needs to go back just a hair. So I'll probably take that, trim a little bit off, and fit it up a little bit better. But for just kind of slapping it on there to get an idea, I'm actually really happy with that. It's it all kind of fits and is working as it should. Oh, I got, what the hell is that? Might have melted the plastic just slightly. But for a proof of concept, I'm really happy with that. So I think I'm gonna run to the hardware store, get some kind of nuts and bolts, maybe whatever I can find that'll fit a little better than this, and probably do a little more fitting. See how far I can get here. A quick run to the hardware store later, and I think I found a solution here. I'm going to end up using some roll pins as kind of a bushing on this arm. But first, I gotta chuck them up in the old redneck lathe. Well, that's not too bad. I need just a little bit of tweaking here and there to get this thing to sit exactly right. But otherwise, not too bad. I'm really happy with how that looks. I do need to kind of tweak it up just a hair and maybe bring this lip out just a little bit, something closer to that. But otherwise, fit and finish wise, that works great. Functionality wise, works just like the stock one. And it's way better looking. I'm really happy with kind of that flush look. And yeah, just a little bit of tweaking left to do. Alright, so what I went ahead and did was, off camera I kind of fiddled with this thing some more, and I really kind of wanted a little more meat under the handle. I ended up just cutting another sliver of sheet metal here and welding it over the top, and then, ground this all down, and figured, heck, while I'm at it, why not bodywork this thing and get it close? So basically, I just threw a coat of the old Bondo on there and let it set up, sanding away. Alright, well, I gave this thing a quick coat of just the flat black paint or the satin black, whatever you want to call it, that I've been using on the rest of the truck for like the suspension parts. And, gave it another quick scuff, obviously let everything set up and dry. I'm going to give it another coat real quick, just to, whatever, help seal it up and all that. I'm just out of primer, so I don't feel like going and getting some. And plus, it'll match the truck. It'll look cool. Let's spray some more paint. Yippee! We haven't done enough of that on this channel lately. Ooh, son of a gun. Well, there we go. Obviously, paint's not 100% dry, and the body work isn't 100% perfect, and I don't really care. Obviously, we got a ton of body work to do on this thing, so when the time comes, I'll worry about that then. But otherwise, I'm pumped with that. That's a nice, flush fit. It's, it's subtle, I guess. That would be the thing. It's a subtle little thing that makes it look just that little bit different. It's just one of those little things that, if you're looking at the back of it, you're going, wait, something's different there. And you can't quite put your finger on it. Those are almost my favorite kind of mods on a vehicle, where it takes you a minute to realize kind of what's going on. Like I said, I am pumped with this. It's a nice fit on there. It's pretty much exactly what I was hoping for. It works great. So I got that going for me. And I think once this whole tailgate's done and, everything gets a nice coat of paint on it, that's going to be a really awesome addition to this thing. You can clearly see I got a little something else working here, which I'm probably going to do that off camera. Shaving a hole is shaving a hole. You guys don't care to see all that. So, just kind of in the meantime, while I was working on this and waiting for paint to dry and waiting for Bondo to dry, I've kind of been goofing around down there. I don't know if I said it already in one of the other videos, but we hit that 1,000 subscriber goal, which is freaking awesome. It's just, it blows my mind. It really does, because here I am, you know, little old me. I don't know how to do the camera stuff. I don't know how to do whatever. I know how to work on cars. And, you know, I have some fun with this. It's a learning process for me. And so that's why I really am interested to hear you guys' feedback. If there's things that you like, things that you don't like, you know, things you want to see more of, that stuff is all welcome. I am, you know, excited to hear that kind of feedback. So anyway, yay! I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for another Ranger episode. I'm making progress, and that's all that matters. Even if it is small stuff like this, it was a day killer. This is one of those videos where everything you don't see in the video is what takes the longest. All the little fiddling and fitting to make this thing work takes forever, and I'm not going to bore you guys with that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe it's something you want to try out on yours, or like I said, go hit up Rick when he has those ready. So yeah, I guess we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. I need to sweep in here. Good gravy.